Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands together if you are ready to get the show started. Let's go.
Welcome to Disabled Podcast, where we talk about sports, music, and culture. I'm your host, Eli, with my co-host, Fredy.
Hey,
why
what's
don't you
up,
just
people?
say Fredy? Why don't you just say Fredy when I point?
Oh, you want me to say Fredy?
Yeah.
No, that's corny, bro. I gotta embrace your welcome.
Okay. Well, that.
Because I'll be like, yo, what's up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel
Like,
I feel you.
We're 6 for 6 right now. We're LeBron. We were gonna break the streak, but Dad, he's in the depths of sleep.
Yeah. He had a long day.
He had a long day.
We have a
We was trying to pull him back.
Yeah. I feel you on that. But, guys, we have a jam-packed show. A lot of baseball. A lot of NBA's coming back today. And a lot of football. So, it's been a jam-packed. So, let's get into it.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast with Eli, Fredy, and Dad.
Alrighty, we have MLB Action, where we're going to start off with the Phillies defeating the Braves 3-1 in that series.
Yeah, this is not my favorite. Just because I don't like Bryce Harper.
And because he doesn't like Bryce Harper, I'm kind of feeling Bryce Harper a little bit.
I mean, you've always been a Bryce Harper fan.
I kind of have. I like the overly confidence of him.
I don't like the cockiness when you haven't done anything good for your team.
Hey, he smacked 2 home runs in the series.
Don't get me wrong. He has the best OPS, over 1,000 OPS.
Right.
On base slugging.
Right.
And he's leading the postseason. Like, he's doing a good job. But it's just the arrogance. Like, he's like, he feels like the best ever, but he's not, in my opinion. But, shout out to the Phillies. They beat the world champions.
They did.
A little bit of everything. They were doing the small plays, like they were taking advantage of the errors.
Right.
They were stealing a lot of bases. They were getting hits. It wasn't really like homer friendly.
Yeah.
Because the Phillies don't really homer that much.
But once they got home, they started doing that.
Yeah. And then
Once they got home,
it's a thing with the wild card team. Like, a wild card team hasn't lost at home yet.
Right.
So these wild card teams, once they get the home field advantage, you can see that it's making an impact.
The wild card teams have also been all the teams that have won 80 or more games this season.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And there's a lot of firsts. Like, this is the first time in 12 years or so that the Phillies are home.
Right.
First time 24 years since the Mariners played a home postseason game.
Padres, you're right.
Padres as well. So it's a lot of firsts.
Yeah.
Which is good for the game.
What did I think about the series?
So what did you think? I'm a little disappointed in the Braves because you expect
I
them
am
to
too,
do
because I did expect them to at least put up a fight and defend that ring.
Mm-hmm.
But it was pretty much a wrap once they got to Philly.
And their pitching let me down a little bit, especially their starting pitching. They were just giving up too many hits.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah, the Braves pitching wasn't there like how it was previously last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think they kind of miss. I don't think they're missing Freddie Freeman, but I just think that maybe
you can tell he's missed a little bit.
Yeah, maybe with the chemistry. But other than that, the Phillies are here to play. So we had that.
And they're playing with house money. They're playing with nothing to lose.
Right, absolutely. The Astros sweep the Marlins.
The Mariners.
The Mariners, thank you. The Mariners.
This is the Mariners' fault because you at least
because game one you
games.
was up 7 runs. You let that down. Game 2, they was up in that game.
You let it
go. And then once you got home, they put up a fight because that game went 18 innings. That was 2 games in one.
2 games in one,
which is insane. And once the Astros got that home run at the top of the 18th, it was a wrap.
It was a wrap, yeah.
It was pretty much a wrap.
And the Astros did everything right. The Alvarez guy hitting the home run.
Yeah, he scares me every time he hits the
Yeah. Do you remember a few years ago when he was facing the Yankees?
Bro, he couldn't swing. He couldn't swing
and
for
now
nothing.
look at him.
And now he's a threat.
And then their shortstop too, Pena. He's doing the little things. He's getting the hits. He's getting on base.
Right.
Which helps him because you got to pitch to him because he's on. You're not gonna walk him.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, the Mariners, this is pretty much your World Series. Nobody really expects you to get this far.
Yeah, as my dad would say, this is their World Series.
Yeah, this is the World Series.
Right.
So, I expect better things for the Mariners. But yeah, just
next year?
I would say 2 years because Julio Rodriguez he's the truth.
Yeah, no.
Their pitching is getting a lot better, especially the starting pitching. So I feel like in the next 2 to 3 years, they'll be.
I can agree with that.
They'll be what the Padres are.
I still think that the Astros are cheating all the way through. I don't know
you
how.
Can't confirm or deny that. So
I don't care. I'm gonna say
I feel with you. It's anybody but the Astros.
Anybody but the Astros. I'll be happy. I'll be happy. And in the last matchup, we had the Padres beat the Dodgers 3-1. Once again, I'm not surprised because the Dodgers do the same thing every year. They win 80 to 100 games in the regular season. They destroy every team in their path. Then when they face a wild card underdog team, they can't do nothing. They haven't. Besides that, I think game 1, they lost 3 in a row.
They did.
And mind you, it was the first time that they lost a team 3 times in a row, and it was the Padres because they swept the Padres the entire.
Yes, they had the Padres. They had a 20-game lead from the first place to the Padres.
Right, and that was right, and
that's the first time that
that
a team with that big a lead loses to them in the postseason.
Absolutely.
And being 115, 11 games they won in the season. So it just tells you baseball, you never know who is going to win.
And the Padres' bullpen was a lot better than the Dodgers.
Yes, exactly. And,
not a lot better.
Their closer was terrible when they traded for him in the trading deadline. But in the month of September, he's given up no runs, struck out like 3 people, and it only matters when it's October. Like the pitching only matters when it's October. It don't matter. The record goes back 0-0. You're not the best team. It just proves that baseball is the fluidity of like the unknown. It's crazy.
I'm gonna clap it up for the Padres because I kind of.
That doesn't matter. Listen, my bet. If I cash out my bet right now, I double my money.
Nice.
So if they win the World Series, which I firmly believe they will at this point, because you beat the Dodgers, and you damn well are probably going to beat the Phillies.
Right.
Because I'm rooting you for the Phillies. Even if they get to the World Series, I might cash out as soon as they enter the World Series.
And as we speak, the Yankees are up 5-1 going into the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah.
Against the Guardians. So
job,
New York handled their business. It was looking real shaky for y'all.
If we lose this game again.
Oh, he's talking about the Astros. He's talking about the Astros.
No, I'm talking about the Yankees. If we lose again, because this series should have been over already.
Right.
It should have been 3-1.
Right. Yeah, for real. Okay, so real quick, let's just have the Yankees already. I'm forward thinking. Astros, Yankees. Who you got?
I got the Yankees because that's who my heart is.
Right. How many games?
6-7.
Okay.
6-7.
I have the Yankees.
But I'm more leaning towards 7.
Okay.
I don't want it to go to 7 just because we're in Astros. If it goes to 6 and we home, I'm in there.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I'm going.
Okay. I have the Yankees at 6. I don't think that it needs to go to Game 7 in Astro World because if it does, anything can happen. I'm taking Yankees in 6, and I'm taking Padres against the Dodgers in 6.
No, Padres against Phillies.
Sorry, Padres against Phillies in 6.
Yeah, I'm taking them in 6, possibly 5.
Don't be disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful.
Don't be disrespectful.
I'm not being disrespectful, but the Padres have better bullpen, and they basically have their lineup matches up pretty nicely.
Okay.
So,
All right. So.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast with Eli, Fredy, and Dad.
Next up, we have the NFL. We have the Giants beat the Ravens. I would say, no, that is an upset because the Ravens...
Yeah, because they had it in the bag. They lost it.
Yeah, they lost a team that they probably should have been. They was up by 14.
Going into the fourth. The Giants are looking really good. I like the Giants. They're much watched TV on Sunday.
They have been so far.
Especially the fourth quarter is just so entertaining. It feels like a playoff game.
Saquon Barkley's doing his thing. Daniel Jones is playing with a lot of guts and effort.
I think he's playing at that because A, his contract, and 2, he really has nothing to lose.
Right.
And to me, he's not a crazy overthrower. Like, he's just a good game manager.
Right. And the Giants' defense is looking legit. It's looking really good. And
I mean, to me, the Giants, their formula is obviously Saquon.
Right.
So they go as far as he goes. Because every time he's been a little shaky on some plays. Like on Sunday, his shoulder was hurting. And then the last week, his other knee was hurting a little. So that concerns me. Just because you can tell as soon as they take him out to check on him, there's like a crazy drop in their like production.
I'm not gonna hold you. And I know the Giants are not gonna like this because they need Saquon. But if I was the Giants, I would trade Saquon for Christian McCaffrey.
You won't.
Just think about it.
You won't.
I
would just add him to the team. Just to add him.
Nah, because why would you have 2 elite running backs on your team? I mean, but yeah, that was a big time win for the Giants. Congrats to the Giants.
Yeah, Lamar, just you're not looking good. Bro.
Yeah, bro.
You're not looking good.
The first 3 weeks you're kind of messing up the bag a little bit. But you still got 12 more weeks left. We'll see what happens. Mm-hmm. The second game, we had the Cowboys and Eagles.
This was looking like a blowout?
This was looking like a blowout in the first half.
The Cowboys were.
I think that Cooper Rush kind of played a opponent that he wasn't really ready for. Like he kind of played his maximum limit. His hand. Yeah.
I mean, I want to credit the Philly defense because they forced him to make these. They forced him to get uncomfortable.
Right.
In the pocket. And the routes were fine. Like CD was open for one route where they got the interception. Yeah. It was just.
But once again, Cooper Rush doesn't have the arm that Dak does.
No, we know that though.
Yeah.
But it was just I was in awe of the system. Like the system was working.
Oh, Cowboys.
Like the Cowboys offense system was working, and especially the second half when they started running it, and it was 10-20.
Speaking of the second half, their defense stepped up in the second half. They kind of calmed down. And started making big time plays.
When it was 10-20, I was like, "Whoa, they might come back."
When it was 20-17, I was rooting really hard for the Cowboys.
Yeah, me too. And like low key.
But Jalen Hurts really messed them up with that option one the whole way through.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't decide.
I didn't think Jalen Hurts was gonna run because of Micah Parsons. I thought he was gonna be a little bit more conservative. But I was wrong. But Phillies are still 6-0.
Yeah, and they going on a bye.
And going on a bye. So
and the Cowboys had the Lions and the Bears. They should win those games.
They should win those games. And then Dak should come back.
One of those weeks.
If not this week. So.
And so that happened. So.
But let's clap it up for Cooper Rush.
He did that.
You're gonna get your money.
Yeah, and he did well.
You're gonna get your money. Somebody gonna pay you.
He did well. He did
not
really
to be a starter. Like I don't think he deserves to be a starter.
No. Just go back to being a backup.
Salary is gonna
just go back to being a backup.
Like instead of making $2 million, you probably gonna make $5 now.
Is his contract out? Why are you talking about his contract is out?
I don't know, but I'm assuming it is.
Oh, okay, got it.
Because typically backups is like a 1 year, 2 year.
Got it. And the last game we had was the Chiefs and the Bills. This was a close game. It was 24-20.
It wasn't that exciting to me.
No, but what was really interesting was Tony Romo called the score before the game even ended.
Tony Romo is great.
Predicting the game, this was really a defensive game, and overall, it was neck for neck. Like, 21 first downs for the Chiefs, 23 for the Bills. I think
that's why it wasn't that exciting for me. Because I'm so high on the last playoff game that we just witnessed. Yeah. That it's just like, how can you top that?
But both teams know that this is a regular season game. It's only week 6. And we don't really got to put it out on our all until the playoffs.
True.
Now, about the game, Von Miller really showed up.
Yeah. He was the difference maker.
He was definitely the difference maker. And ultimately, Josh Allen didn't make a lot of mistakes compared to Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes threw 2 interceptions. Josh Allen didn't.
Yeah, and then Josh Allen did that huge hurdle play where he jumped over somebody.
Right.
Which was amazing. And then, he just wanted it more, per se. And then this win is important because if they do meet it in the playoffs, they have to play in Buffalo now.
Right, if they had the tiebreaker, yes.
If they had the tiebreaker.
Yes.
So this was big.
Yeah.
And then, something that bothered me about this game was one of the defensive players from Bills. He had a rib injury.
Oh, but he had to drive 15.
He had to drive 15 hours.
But you're going to be on the flight.
You're going to play him in the NFL game. We were just talking about this with Tua. You're going to play him in an NFL game, but then he can't fly.
Right.
That makes no sense. So you're going to make the rib injury worse?
Right.
Potentially?
Right. Yeah, I can agree.
Yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast with Eli, Fredy, and Dad.
That's a long transition.
I know. I'll probably put the wrong one.
Nah, it's not. I'm just playing.
But it's good. It's calm.
Let's get into week 7 predictions.
Freddy's still in the lead. Let's go.
Man.
I'm shocked. Okay, I'm shocked.
Freddie has 43. I have 36, and my dad has 35.
Yes. And then part of the reason why is because I went against you a lot, so I gambled. And on top of that, I picked a lot of underdogs.
Correction. He only won 3 games that he wasn't really supposed to win. Maybe 4. Which is the Bengals win against the Saints, the 2 Jets and Giants win who nobody expected.
No, people expected.
And the Falcons beating the 49ers. Nobody expected that. So it is what it is.
Listen, this is the key to picking these matchups. You got to pick the team who's statistically doing slightly better than the other one. You can't pick on face value. So I'm explaining what I mean. You can't pick Green Bay just because of their name. Like, because of their fame. Oh, is Aaron Rodgers, he's going to win again.
I go off based off of whoever the better quarterback is. Who is going to win the game.
That is wrong.
So,
all right, let's go.
All right. So, first up, we have Dad's favorite team, the Jets, versus the Broncos.
I'm staying with the Jets.
I'm going to also pick the Jets as well. The Broncos looking
Russell Wilson,
terrible.
He looks like he robbed the Broncos, bro.
What, the Seahawks?
No, he robbed the Broncos of $165 million.
Got it. I feel like the Seahawks did, yeah. Thursday night, we had the Saints versus Cardinals. I'm picking the Saints.
I'm picking the Saints, too.
I think they're just,
Yeah, because the Cardinals oh, wait, no. I'm switching. Sorry, Mom. Switching my pick. I'm picking the Cardinals. D. Hopkins coming back.
Okay.
And then they got Robbie Anderson.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
The third game we have is the Browns versus the Ravens. I'm
picking the Ravens.
I'm picking the Ravens.
They got to.
Browns only had 6 points last week, and I'm so mad I didn't pick the Patriots. I'm really mad about that.
I was shocked too.
Yeah. The fourth game we have Buccaneers versus Panthers.
Buccaneers.
Buccaneers need this win to stay alive.
Yeah, and the Panthers they look worse.
Falcons versus Bengals. Taking the Bengals.
I'm going to take the Falcons. I know this is weird, but I'm only doing it just because I want to go against it.
Okay. All right, I'm fine with that. I'm taking
and they won last week, so.
They did. Lions going to Dallas. Cowboys.
I'm going Cowboys.
Okay, so we look at the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Giants versus Jaguars.
Giants. Stop picking me.
I'm not going.
Stop picking what I'm picking.
I can't. I'm too far behind that.
Wait, I think you're waiting for me to go first.
I'm going. Okay, fine. I'll go first. Colts versus Titans. I'm going with the. Both of these teams suck.
Yo.
I'll take the Colts.
I'm taking the Titans.
Okay.
I don't think they can stop the fun.
Packers versus the Washington Commanders. Y'all don't even have the respect to have
Carson Wentz is out for like a month.
So okay, so Packers.
I'm picking Packers.
Packers, yeah. Packers.
If the Packers loses, Jesus.
Texans versus Raiders. Raiders. Now you're just copying me.
No, because like the Texans are terrible.
Now you're just copying me. Seahawks versus Chargers. I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
Chargers.
I'm gonna take the Seahawks. Your Chargers are terrible as well.
I know, but they put up more of a fight than.
Chiefs versus 49ers. The Chiefs. Give me them Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs too. Then wait, hold on. I figured out my strategies just now. I'm picking kind of what you're picking, A, because it makes sense, and 2, because if I keep this pace of lead and we both win all these, the worst case scenario is you go third, and I stay first, and that catches up to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I didn't
liked
understand not a one word you were
I'll
saying.
explain later, but
Yeah.
why would this that's what I mean?
That's fine.
Why would this that's what I mean?
That's fine.
They get it. They get it. They don't understand.
We have the Saints versus the Dolphins Sunday night football. Tua, I believe, is going to be back. I'm going to take the Dolphins.
This is who? Steelers and the
Dolphins, yeah.
I'm gonna pick the Steelers.
Why are you going against the Dolphins all of a sudden?
I mean, because they look a little
Okay.
They look a little like not functional just now. I don't know.
And Monday night we had the Bears versus the Patriots. Give me my Patriots. You
Patriots.
already know.
Patriots.
And those are our picks. So yeah.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast with Eli, Fredy, and Dad.
Before we make the talk about the NBA real quick, Mom, how many teams are we going against each other?
We'll go over that.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm missing two.
Alright.
It's probably like 3-4.
3-4, yeah. Alright, so NBA opens up tonight.
Yes, this is where money is made. And
This
my
is where
I
money is
made
made.
bets.
Okay.
So it's 5.
yeah.
It's 5. Yeah, that's close.
We had the Boston Celtics versus the 76ers.
Who you got on this? I got 76ers.
I think I'm going to teach 76ers too. Boston's going to be dysfunctional
There's
for the
a
next
little
couple.
slightly dysfunctional. And I don't know who's the number one is.
Right. Right.
Like, hypothetically, it is Tatum, but
And y'all know.
we just don't know.
Sorry. Y'all know who I'm going for tonight with the Warriors. Don't even play with me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go for the Lakers because Bron, you know.
Don't even remotely play with me. Y'all know I'm going to be on a
wanna be
cloud nine until otherwise.
But I'm not, you know, this is all a question mark with the Lakers. We got to see
Yeah.
what they're made of. But
Okay. So, let me see if I can pull up the division real quick. But we can start off with the Lakers division. Who do you have winning that division? And
who's in the division again? It's Lakers, Sacramento.
it's Lakers, Clippers, Suns,
Clippers.
Sacramento, and the Warriors.
Okay. So I have the Warriors winning that division. Second
Why is
is
this app not working?
I'm probably gonna put the Clippers in there, and then third Lakers. But I'll swap. I'm
Okay.
being realistic with the Lakers. I don't care where they land as long as they made the playoffs.
Okay.
That's how I feel about the Lakers. I feel like once they make the playoffs,
Right.
they're a hard team to beat, and then they're playing with house money.
Okay. I'm fine with that. I have the Warriors being 1, the Clippers being 2. Actually, I have it the way I'm looking at it right now. Warriors being 1, the Clippers being 2, Lakers 3, Suns 4, and the Kings 5. For that division, that's a specific division.
I mean, I don't know, because the Suns might go to third or second. It just depends on like how well they're playing.
Right. The Southwest division. The Northwest division. We had the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, OKC, Portland, and Utah Jazz.
So I'm gonna go Nuggets, Timberwolves. Exactly how you read it to me. I think that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Portland, Utah Jazz.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, you have Portland 3rd,
Yeah.
and then OKC 4th, and then Utah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, exactly how it is.
I can
So
agree with
think that's
that.
gonna go.
And then in the other West, we have. Hold on, who's the last of them? Oh, we have Dallas, the Houston Rockets, Memphis, Pelicans, and the Spurs.
I'm gonna go Memphis first.
Yep. I'm going
Dallas second.
Pelicans 3rd.
Pelicans third.
Houston 4th, and then San Antonio 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Okay.
my God, we're green.
Yep. Booyah. In the Eastern Division, the Atlantic Division, we have Boston, Brooklyn, Knicks, 76ers, and Toronto. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first with this one.
Go first.
I have Brooklyn 1. I'm gonna have Philly 2. I'm gonna have Boston 3. Knicks 4. No, sorry, Toronto 4th, and obviously the Knicks are the last.
Okay, I'm gonna switch the Knicks 4th,
And put
and then I'm
Toronto.
gonna put Toronto last, and then I'm gonna keep it. just
And
like
then okay, got it. Okay.
this. Yeah.
In the Central Division, we have Chicago, the Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons, Indiana Pacers and the Milwaukee Bucks. This one's going to be a little tighter than usual.
Yeah. I got the Cavs first.
Okay. Over the Bucks?
Yeah, let me go with that. I'm going to go Cavs, Bucks. Chicago. But I don't know Lonzo. But anyways, I'm going to just put Chicago. And then I'm going to go...
Pacers and then Detroit.
No, I'm going to go Detroit, then the Pacers.
Okay.
I feel like Detroit's going to make a little bit more of a lead.
The 4 and 5, I'm going to keep the same. I'm going to have Milwaukee first, though, Cleveland second, and then Chicago third.
And the only reason why I'm picking Cleveland first is because of Donovan Mitchell.
Over Giannis, you're bugging.
No, but I'm saying in terms of a system, I feel like they're going to win more games.
Bro, you're bugging. You're absolutely bugging.
All right.
But
Let me go.
hey,
We're going to come back.
we got to see. And the last one.
That's not to discredit. Don't get me wrong. I feel like Milwaukee's going to be at least top 5, top 3. But I feel like.
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
They're not going to get the number 1 seed?
Nah, bro. I think it's going to be Brooklyn.
Bro, okay. And then in the division, the last division, we have the Atlanta Hawks, the Charlotte Hornets, Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, and the Washington Wizards.
Okay, you go first.
Miami 1, Atlanta 2. Miami 1, Atlanta 2, Charlotte 3, Orlando 4th, Washington 5.
Yep, the same. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep, cool.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
All right, and for the conference, let's not do 1 through 8 because that's going to be hard to kind of dictate. Mm-hmm. But give me your
top 3.
Give me your top 3 of the East that you think are going to come out.
All right, so I got Brooklyn 1. I got Philly 2, Miami 3rd.
Okay. I'm going to have, out of the Eastern Conference come out, Milwaukee 1, Brooklyn 2, and Philly 3. I'll put.
Okay, so you're switching. You have Milwaukee and I have Miami.
Right. Yeah. No, I'll say Milwaukee 1, Brooklyn 2, and Miami 3. Because I can't. Some of these teams, I just know are not gonna make it to the all the way. Yeah. So we pretty much had the same. Except I put Milwaukee over both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in the Western Conference, give me your top 3.
I got Nuggets 1, Warriors 2.
Okay.
And then I was gonna say Phoenix 3, just because they're a good regular season team.
But that's the problem.
What do you mean it's a problem?
Because that's all they do is do regular
Okay.
season. What about Dallas?
They're still gonna stay in the 4-5. They lost Jalen Brunson. Who they got?
Okay. I'm gonna pick Warriors 1.
And the reason why I'm not put Warriors 1 is because y'all don't care.
Until it matters, yeah.
Like y'all don't care whether y'all 1 or 8.
Right. Okay. I mean that kind of makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Warriors 1. I'm gonna put Dallas 2, and I'm gonna pick Clippers 3. Dark horse team, obviously the Lakers. If Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I think the
games.
Lakers max ceiling, if they figure out everything right, is probably top 5.
Yeah. Also, if Anthony Davis doesn't play up to 60 games, your highlight season is gonna be LeBron passing Kareem on all-time scoring list. That's it. That's ultimately it. And last but not least in this in the NBA, what were your thoughts on the Warriors re-signing Poole and
Wiggins Green's out of there. And I'm shocked that they gave Poole more money than Wiggins.
You thought Wiggins was going to get more money than Poole?
Slightly more.
Okay.
Slightly,
I can understand that,
slightly.
but you got to also remember the...
Because I feel like you can replace Poole with somebody else.
Who, Poole?
Yeah.
Yo, how?
I just feel like you could find Poole reminds me of when you had Barbosa.
Okay.
Early Andrew Iguodala.
Right.
Like these early cats. Monte Ellis.
But he does so much more. I mean,
what do you do, bro? All you do is dribble. So you're not Curry. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he feels like he's Curry to me, and just it bothers me.
Okay.
Just
Okay.
like
So
Curry
you don't like his overly
make your own lane.
Oops. You don't like his overconfidence.
No, I'm not bringing down his confidence. I'm just saying, you got to find your role. And sometimes when it's just him in the second unit, he feels like he's the best player on floor.
Because he technically is the best player in that second unit.
No, he's not, bro. You got to play within your unit.
Who would you put in the second?
If you put Poole in a different team, he's not gonna be the Poole that y'all was going.
Obviously, because of the system. But I'm saying
exactly.
Who in that second unit do you see he's better than? I mean, who in the second unit is better than him coming off that bench?
Wiseman, Kaminga.
I would give you
in terms of ceiling.
I would give you fine, okay. But I think they ultimately gave him a little bit more than Wiggins because of the incident.
No, I get it, and then I saw somewhere that it helps the team.
Yeah,
in terms of salary wise,
right.
They save more money in the long run than they do in the short term. But y'all gotta pay a minimum of $500 million for the tax.
Right.
Which I don't know if y'all comfortable with that, but as of right now that is. But it definitely does mean that Green is out of there, or if he wants to stay, he has to take a pay cut if he opts out.
Right. I can. Wiggins took a $10 million pay cut.
Yeah, but that makes sense because at his age, his prime is kind of a little bit over.
Right.
And you're in a system that works.
This is last big contract.
This is your last big contract. You just signed the extension with the Timberwolves, so you don't really need one.
Absolutely.
But I thought because he was the difference maker in the finals, he was going to get a little bit more, but it makes sense. And then, if y'all would have let Poole go into restricted free agency, it wouldn't have made a difference. You're still going to pay the same thing, so.
Absolutely.
It makes sense.
And real quick, we forgot to mention the awards. Oh. So, who do you have for
MVP?
Rookie of the Year?
I don't even know.
I'm gonna say Pablo.
Yeah, I wanted to pick Pablo, but I don't know. I feel like that's too obvious.
Well, I mean,
I'm probably gonna pick the cat from Detroit.
Okay.
Because it was gonna be the dude from OKC, but he got injured.
Right, but Chet.
Yeah, Chet. That's who I was gonna go for.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the dude from Ivy from Detroit.
Okay, I like that. Pick. I'm gonna go for Pablo. And Defensive Player of the Year.
I want to say Anthony Davis.
Go with that pick.
But let's go with this.
Okay, go with that pick.
You need to be a defensive player.
And he got to try to prove me wrong because you know I'm gonna be hating on him all year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a dark horse player. I'm gonna go with Draymond Green because I think he was very close to winning it last year. If he didn't have that back injury, if he could stay healthy, I'm gonna go with Draymond Green.
Okay.
And just to prove everybody wrong. Six man, I'm going with Jordan Poole.
6 man. I don't know, bro. I'm trying to think of 6 mans. I'm not, cause I don't like Poole. I'm gonna go with Tyler Hero. Is he starting, or is he still coming off the bench?
I believe he's still coming off the bench.
All right, so I'm gonna go with Tyler Hero because he won.
Okay, so who went back to back? Okay.
Yeah.
Most improved player. They gave that second to John Moran, but he didn't deserve that. Most improved.
I thought about this earlier and I had to pick. I forgot.
I'm gonna probably go with Zion. I think Zion's gonna win that.
What do you mean? He hasn't played in 2 years.
No, that's no point because you can still win it if you have it.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with Zion.
Let me go with Lonzo.
Is he gonna come back? He's coming. Isn't he out for the season?
No, he's not out for the season. He's still questionable.
Okay. So you're gonna go. Okay. So
I'm gonna go with Lonzo.
You're gonna go with Lonzo. Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year. I'm gonna go with the new kid from Boston. I don't know his name.
Oh, the intern?
Yeah, the intern.
Wow,
I think it would just be funny.
That's a wild pick.
I know. It's a little crazy, but I think it would just be funny. And then it would just, it won't prove, but it would just be it'd be a little. I'm
gonna go with the Memphis coach, the head coach for the Memphis Grizzlies. I think he did a great job last year getting them into the number 2 seed. If he can keep it up and improve that squad, I think he would win Coach of the Year. And last but not least, MVP.
LeBron.
I'm gonna have 3 picks.
Wait, sorry. I'm switching because I just thought about the player that I thought about.
For what category?
For most improved, I'm gonna go John Wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like, okay.
John Wall.
Give respect to John Wall.
Yeah.
Let's cut that up for John Wall real quick. Cut that up for
Yeah,
John.
yeah, underestimated John.
Yeah,
John Wall used to be nasty.
Yeah.
He can't shoot, but
Yeah. I like that pick.
yeah.
For MVP, I'm gonna have 3 picks. It's always gonna be the same 3 because I feel like one.
Well, no, I picked one because I thought we should pick one.
No, I mean, well, we have because it's always the top 3.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm gonna go with Kevin Durant 1 because he needs more than just one MVP. I'm sorry. Like before his career is over, he needs.
All right, he only has one.
He only has one. He's in that category with Kobe where he has a magical year but only gets one MVP. Kevin Durant 1, LeBron 2, because I think he needs one more just as an appreciation to the NBA and what he's given to the NBA, just as an appreciation award. And I gotta go with my guy Steph.
Okay, so I'm gonna go LeBron 1. I'm gonna go Durant 2 because of what you said. It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go a dark horse here. I'm gonna go Bradley Beal.
What?
I know. Cram me out. Okay. I feel like this is his year that we know he's a superstar.
Right.
But you gotta be like the star. And what I mean by that, you gotta
They're
be
not
like,
even gonna have remotely enough wins.
I know that. But in terms of
Unless they get to the number 6 seed. I'm sorry to keep cutting you, but you're bugging me out with this pick.
listen to me. The stars will align.
The stars will align. Okay.
That he will put the world on notice. He has to do enough that if he wins it,
Where did
it
Bradley
makes
Beal
people.
even
Because listen to me,
come
Russell Westbrook won it, and he wasn't.
Okay,
he
yeah,
was
but
6 seed.
but he put up a triple double. Do you see Bradley Beal even remotely putting up those numbers?
No, but I think he'll be close.
Okay, and
This is why I said dark horse. Don't look at me crazy. I just think he needs to prove enough.
I'm definitely looking at you crazy.
He needs to prove a little bit more so that people could be like, yo, I should go to Washington and help the kid out.
Okay.
Or not, let me not say the kid because he's not a kid. But let me help the man win some.
And honorable mention to me, I just thought about this player, Joel Embiid, because he got technically, I feel like he got robbed last year. They had the number 1 seed last year, and he didn't get it. They gave it to Joker.
Yeah, I feel like if he wouldn't have got injured, he would have got it.
Right. So, those are our awards and NBA predictions on what we think is going to happen.
Yeah. If he makes an 8th seed, I think that's good enough.
That's still wild, bro.
I know. This is why I said dark horse.
Oh, my God.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast with Eli, Fredy, and Dad.
Culture, we have Lil Baby's new album dropped Friday. I believe it's projected to sell
210K.
210K.
What is it called?
It's Only Me.
It's Only Me. That's a dope name, bro.
That is a dope name.
And the album cover is fire.
And it is fire. I'm liking it so far. Once again, rappers, stop giving me 22 songs. I don't like it. I love the project that y'all keep giving me in hip-hop. I just cannot sit down and listen to 22 songs.
See, the thing with me about these long song things, it don't matter to me as long as it's under an hour.
But that's the thing, it's never under an hour.
It's like an hour and like 5 minutes. This one is like an hour and like 10 or whatever.
Some of my favorite tracks are Forever, featuring Friday. Friday on the chorus was fire.
Yeah, no, Friday stuff.
Another song I like was For Real. That song was nice. And Russian, and the last one I also like is Russian Roulette.
Okay.
I like his flow on it. I like him telling. He's giving me that Drake arc in terms of telling a story.
Yeah, and
from his childhood.
I mean, I think he learned that from Drake. I think I can clearly hear, and by hear I mean like I imagine. Whereas like I could tell where the Drake influence comes.
Can you finally understand what he's saying?
No. I cannot.
He's still talking.
Because don't get me wrong, I love the songs where I can actually understand what he's saying. Like the intro is probably my favorite song on there. The intro, the way it comes in, I was hooked immediately. Right. The intro did a great job. I like Summer Breeze. I like the one with Young Thug.
I like his feature with Future. mentioning LeBron and a few other things.
Yeah. I like the one with Young Thug.
Yeah.
I like the the single,
Right.
In
In a minute.
In a minute.
Yeah.
So there's a few songs on there.
And he can snap. Like he can really snap.
Yeah, but it's just like
With his flow.
I gotta
with his
hear.
lyrics.
I gotta like.
He's talking too fast for you.
He's
to
talking
understand.
too fast for me to like
Got
learn
it.
the words and sing it back.
Got it. But we used to listen to Young Thug and he used to mumble all his words.
Yeah, but like at least you can remember that mumble. You know what I mean?
Okay, got it.
So
now,
I mean, I 1 out of 10, I'm gonna give it a good solid 7.5.
I can agree with that.
You know what I
can
mean?
agree
Like
with
I
that.
expected it to be like a 9, but I feel like with the delay, it was supposed to
Right.
drop in the summer.
Right.
It got pushed back a little, so
Right.
Yeah.
Have we felt any growth, like musical growth from him? Because I haven't really felt
no,
that.
no.
I think
no.
it's still the same Lil Baby, but that's not
This reminded me a lot of like
a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and it reminded me a lot of like the documentary.
Okay, got
Like this was like, oh, okay, this makes sense.
it. Right.
He's explaining a little bit of like what we saw in the
So the
documentary.
album matches with the documentary. Yeah, I can agree with that too.
And then like there's obviously a drop because of the length of the album. Like midway, it's kind of like, all right,
Right.
you know. Like,
Once again, stop giving us 22
but
songs.
it's because I guess and then like in the features, he was on this song, that song. Like it wasn't like we missed Lil Baby. Like if he
Right.
would have went away for a second and he's been
yeah.
touring it, if he would have went away and then dropped it, it probably would have been received a little bit better. But
Right.
it's all right. I mean, it's gonna grow on people. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And the sad news, it is officially over for Cartoon Network.
Yeah. I mean, let's clap it up for the 40 years.
Yeah. That was.
Because
a
I
long
even
time.
know.
I didn't know it was like that
That's
long.
like
I thought it was
that's
only.
half our life.
Yeah, and I thought it was only like for 22 because I'm 22. I'm thinking Cartoon Network started like in 2000. So I'm like, all right.
No, I thought it was started like early, 90s, but I was
Right.
wrong.
Okay. Like yeah, but too many classics on there like
Kids Next Door.
Kids Next Door, Billy and Mandy.
Yeah, Chowder, which I didn't like at first, but then I started liking.
Yeah, a lot of people like
I
that.
hated that show.
I couldn't. Adventure
beginning.
Time.
I never liked Adventure Time. I think around Adventure Time was when it was
Ben
like,
10.
Oh yes, Ben 10, bro. Oh, all the Ben 10s.
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans, Yu-Gi-Oh. Early Cartoon Network. I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh.
I believe they had the Justice League on there, the original.
Yeah, they did.
Man,
They had the one with the dog.
Dog and Cat.
No, the dog in the house. And the grandma. Rugrats, right? No, Rugrats. I'm
No,
sorry, that's Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon.
Sorry.
I'm gonna remember it. Johnny Test. A lot of great classics.
All right, Johnny Test. They all. This
Lot of
guy.
great
See,
classics.
this is gonna be like rough because it's not like we could find it somewhere. I mean, we could find like some of them.
Most of the classics are gonna be on HBO Max, which is why they probably discontinued it. Because
Yeah.
a lot of kids, generation after us, have been watching all these shows on streaming services.
Yeah,
We don't-
and they don't know what it is
We
to
don't
like.
come-
They don't know what it is to wake up at Saturday at 9 a.m.
Right. Or they don't know
and get
what
ready
it's
for a
like
new
to
episode.
come from school and go in the living room and watch.
Yeah.
And turn to the channel like 32.
facts.
Yeah, like whatever.
And then watch the same episode as if like it's a new one.
New one, right.
You know what I mean? And then hope you catch the new episode.
Foster Home. Imagining Friends.
Yes. Oh my God, Imagine Friends.
Bro.
Yeah, this is classics. Now,
Classics,
like we
bro.
just need a hub where it's just Cartoon Network classics.
Yeah,
and now
for real.
hopefully HBO does that, but
Static Shock.
yeah, bro. And there's a lot of them. Hopefully Warner Brothers does justice and does us right, where like they don't like let them go to like random spots.
Yeah.
But it's a sad day for us,
sad
our
day,
generation,
man.
and it just proves that we getting older, bro.
Yeah, for real.
You know.
You're listening to the sounds of Disabled is Abled podcast with Eli, Fredy, and Dad.
All right, people. So for our disabled news, there was a shortage of special education. So teachers who have been treated as secondary, according to the executive director of the Center for Learning Equity. There's a shortage because, unfortunately, these teachers are required to do more than average.
Right.
And when I mean by more than average, they do more paperwork. They deal with students who are challenged or have disability, whether it's autism, whether it's a physical disability, whether it's a
mental
disability. So there's a lot of challenges that come with the job, and also in some states, they have to do more to get the certification. So like in certain grad programs,
they have to go for their master's.
Yeah,
right?
it's a master's degree. So typically is 1 to 2 years, but some programs require 3 to 4.
Right.
So it fluctuates depending on the school, and so they don't really see the benefit of going through
the
more
whole
a school,
process.
more process to basically become a teacher,
because
who's not valued as a regular teacher.
Yeah.
And when because a lot of times, like in our position, when we was in middle school and we had special ed teachers, they were fantastic. They were awesome.
They were awesome.
And they were respected as a regular teacher.
Right. And when we got there, it was a early process. Like that's the way the school had that program set. It was we was one of the new guinea pigs. I don't like to say guinea pigs, but we were testing out the program. The program.
Yeah, so, we were like the second coming.
Yeah.
Of the program, and we worked. It worked.
And then it just has increased from there.
And it increased from there.
But not every.
But then it changes when you go to high school. Like the high school is different. By law, if there's an IEP kid in there, there has to be a special ed teacher to assist that.
Absolutely.
In my case, I didn't really need much assistance, but. Some in high school it's different because in high school, they get laughed at, they get treated as a sub.
I had to have more assistance than say Fredy.
Yeah.
Because of my situation. My situation was a little bit more different to his.
Yeah. And because mine, like I always would call myself like a gem in the rough because it's just like I didn't need as much assistance because I understood the material, but like there were certain things I did need help in, and then they didn't really know how to assist me in what I needed. So it was just like, I don't really need you, but then it's just like, by law, you have to be here.
Right.
And so some of them didn't understand that, and then some special ed teachers too, like they're like the edginess of a teacher, they don't really have that because they're not exposed to that environment of like big crowds, big schools, and stuff like that. So it is rough, but right now they're working on new laws and new programs to help improve this situation. Yeah. And this is a really big thing, especially now where I feel like this field is going to be more required now, especially with this a lot of school shootings that are happening and stuff like that, like helping children getting over the fear of going to school and stuff like that. Right. So I feel like that's where a special ed teacher can come in and really help kids. And it's different when you kind of feel like that little special attention. Yeah. Sometimes we used to go into different little. Yeah. Like we used to have our own little squad of teachers. They used to have to separate me and Fredy because we was laughing too much, bro. We was be like too much of a distraction. Too much distraction. One time I was like, wait, why are you putting me with these group of kids when my best friend is in this class? Yeah, facts. Because they was hating, bro. They didn't want us. And sometimes. Once again, like Fredy said, because of his conditions, he didn't need as much help as I did, so I would have to. Yeah, I was a quick learner when it came to writing, math, all that stuff. But Eli, I needed a scribe. He needed a scribe, and then and so it was just it took him a second to understand a math subject when I already knew it. Right. And so I would teach Eli, and they'd be like, "Oh no, you don't do it. Let her do it." Nah. And I should be like, "Bro, I'm helping my friend." Yeah, man. So they used to separate us, and I would travel to the other room, and I used to chill there. But ironically, I would have other friends in that little classroom, so then I'll still be a distraction. I'll be like, listen, these guys are too funny. I miss middle school, man. I do too. I wish I could go back. I really hope that they can implement the environment and the system that we we were the exception. We had a great time with our special ed teachers. To this day, we talk about them. And that's not the case in most schools. In most cases, yeah. And even in New York, so. But we gotta hope for better environments, and hopefully this gets better as we talk about it more and more. And especially in college too. In college, there's no such thing as special ed teacher. That's not even a thing. Yeah. There's not even a thing. So, right. Yeah. High school was pretty much the cutoff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So other than that, great story. Guys, we are done here.
Yes.
We are 6 for 6.
Yeah, we 6 for 6. We LeBron. You know what I mean? We're
Yes.
LeBron. Enjoy NBA today.
Yes, we are back.
We're back,
NBA. Hold on. Let me give us an update real quick.
Update the Yankees. How we doing?
Update the Yankees real quick. We won.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We going to Houston tomorrow, baby.
If we win and we go to Jesus.
All right. We will see you guys next week. We'll keep you guys posted. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Hit the bell notification when we upload our videos.
Yes.
And we love you guys. We're
Peace out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please throw your hands in the air for the greatest podcast on earth when it comes to music, sports, and culture. Disabled is Abled with your host, Eli and Fredy. So put your hands